Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. Welcome to another Thursday. Welcome to another week of the Wrestling Experience. Tonight, we're going to present to you, we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite and what a poor showing it was. We're going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about YouTube. We're going to talk about that and so much more here tonight on the Wrestling Experience, which is presented by, and it's always powered by, our good friends, our great friends at the Hardcore Sports.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off.
All right, and welcome back to the Wrestling Experience. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember, please hit that like button. Hit that like button. It's so important that you smash that like button. And make sure that you smash that like button. And make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm celebrating 500 plus subscribers here on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, I just want to let everybody know that I am now part of the YouTube Partner Program. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, super chats and everything else in between, monetization. And Ram, how you doing? How you doing, Ram? Yeah, so right now, guys, I'm part of the partner program here at YouTube. I got partially monetized. I want to thank everyone for helping me get to this moment and everything. So now you can buy super chats. You can do stickers, emojis, anything you want. And yeah, right here on YouTube, I am part of the YouTube Partner Program. So if you want to send me a super chat, you want to send me you want to do emojis or whatever, you can do that now. You can be part of my community. Just just log on to my YouTube channel and of course, subscribe. You know, um, hi, hi, hi. Um, so, so doing good, thank you. Um, so tonight, guys, tonight on the menu, as I said, I belong to YouTube, and of course, as I said, I'm in the program. You can send me super chats. The partner program, you can send me super chats. You can also subscribe today. Don't delay, do it today. Tonight we are going to have on the docket. We're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. We're going to talk about Dynamite tonight, and Well, Dynamite was disappointing last night. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Dynamite and with AEW. They can't seem to stick to one storyline. They can't seem to stick with one storyline. And they can't seem to maintain a balance of keeping the storyline and keeping you focused on one thing. They're jumping through hoops, one through another, one and another, one and another, and you really can't make heads or tails of the storylines. I'm confused as heck with Adam Cole and him turning babyface now, and then he was supposed to be a heel, and all of a sudden they put him back to babyface. I don't know. And then MJF is doing these vignettes on the screen. He's not in the arena. I mean, this is just. And then this thing with John Moxley. This is just absolutely still no explanation as to why Marina Shafir is part of this group and what's going on with Moxley and why is he acting like this. Kyle Fletcher last night off the rails, off the hinges, shaving his head on camera. I mean, last night was really something. You really and truly had to pay attention to what exactly Tony Khan is trying to convey here, because the storylines again are it's on a downward spiral. And I agree with Sarah last night. And shout out to Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for your participation in last night's Dynamite. Um, and again, as I said before, and I'll say it again. Well, AEW has some good stuff. AEW at times can do good stuff. Like sometimes their pay per view. I'll give you an example. Their pay per views have been stellar, and they have been solid, except for Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream was a complete disappointment. Complete disappointment. And it was absolutely one of the most downhearted pay-per-views I think I've ever have witnessed in the AEW history. I did not like the pay-per-view. I was disappointed in it. I was disappointed in how it was produced. I was disappointed in the build. It was just a disappointing all the way around. And I wasn't a fan of it. But again, as I said before, I'll say it again. If you were a fan of it and you loved it, well, that's fine. That's just your opinion. Again, I'm not here to say that my way is the highway and this is my opinion and you're going to listen to. No, I'm not saying that. No, what I'm saying is that if you liked it, that's fine. That's fine. I just thought it was disappointing. I thought in my opinion only, it was very downhearted. It was not what I was used to in an AEW pay-per-view. And let's just hope that Full Gear and World's End, which will close the 2024 pay-per-view campaign for the AEW, that something will come to fruition, and we get a better pay-per-view and a better effort in it. Because the next pay-per-view offering is Full Gear on the 23rd of November, and we want to see some effort. You got to put some effort into it. You got to do the build has to be correct. The storylines have to make sense. And again, like I said, I go back to Moxley. Moxley's weird behavior, Kyle Fletcher's weird behavior, and then of course Adam Page's weird behavior. All of these things are just adding up to a train that's going way off the tracks, and it's just not grabbing anyone's attention, and you're going to start turning the audience off if they haven't been turned off already, because I know there are some people that just don't like AEW. I know there are a few people that don't like the company. They don't like it. They don't like the wrestling. They don't like him. They don't like Tony Khan for some strange reason. Again, like I said before, they have their ups and they have their downs. They do. That's not a perfect organization. I never said it was. And I do take it to the woodshed once in a while. And I'm not bashing them. I just want to see them succeed. That's all I'm doing. When I give my opinion on AEW or WWE, all I'm doing is giving my opinion and my opinion only. And all I want to do is see some quality stuff. I that's all I ask for. I'm not trying to down the company or anything. They've had some great moments, AEW. They've had some great moments, great pay-per-views, shocking surprises, and everything like that. It's just that Wrestle Dream just did not live up to the hype. Last year's Wrestle Dream was way better than this year's. Mitch Orange Cassidy. Mitch, Daniel Rader Sports. How you doing tonight? And Orange Cassidy does not suck, Mitch. He's a leader. He's a locker room leader, and Orange Cassidy's going to do his thing in AEW, and he's going to do his thing very soon. Um, but he he and everyone else in that locker room are getting fed up with John Moxley and his off the hinge behavior. And we're going to talk about that right now. So Orange Cassidy came out and he was very livid last night on Dynamite as we closed Dynamite. Chuck Taylor was assaulted by by John Moxley and his crew. And again, we still have no explanation as to why this is happening and who's behind this and what is the motivation and what is the end game. We still haven't gotten that. And that is something that's frustrating me to no end. Because again, like I said before, I say it again, you want some kind of end game here. You want to know what's going on here. And I'm trying to figure out what is happening here. Why is this keep happening? Well, Chuck Taylor got the chair wrapped around his neck. Claudio Castagnoli came from the top rope and he stomped on Chuck Taylor's neck with the chair around his throat and left him laying in the ring. And that's how the Dynamite went off the air. Again, like I said, it was like off the hinge, off the rails. But like I said before, I say it again. This company has some destined for greatness. I mean, there is sometimes where this company gave you a stellar pay per view. They gave you a whale of a pay per view, and then all of a sudden, Wrestle Dream did not live up to that. So that's the only thing that I was disappointed in. So, all right, let's talk about the matches itself, and then I'm going to give you the entertainment level. Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks versus Daniel Garcia and Private Party. Match was fine. The match was fine for what it was. The match was fine. I had no issue with the match whatsoever. Daniel Garcia and Private Party are tired of Moxley's crap. They were part of the parking lot group that was in the parking lot. But the match was fine. The Bucks lost the tag team match. They lost the match, and 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 of course, Private Party wants a rematch for the AEW tag team titles, which I believe will happen at Full Gear. Now, if you all didn't hear this announcement, Brother Zay got on the phone on the microphone, excuse me, on the phone, on the microphone, and he said to the young bucks, I have a proposition for you. So he said if they do not defeat the Bucks at Full Gear for the AEW tag team titles, him and Quinn will disband as Private Party. They will split up permanently. Quinn didn't like that stipulation. He was baffled by it. He was shocked by it. And it was just absolutely like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you doing? Like, Wesley, how's it going? Um, it was like, well, what are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you doing? So I was just like, ooh, that's see, this here's the thing, why does sometimes people put undue pressure on themselves? It's just not necessary to put so much pressure on yourself. Um, this is big. This is a big stakes here because Private Party now just boxed themselves in a corner with the Bucks. You knew that they were going to accept. You knew that they were going to accept, and you also knew that the tag team titles may not change hands, which means which means that if you lose this match, you have to disband. I wouldn't have agreed to that stipulation at all, but they did. And will the match become official? I believe so. I believe by next week we're gonna get an announcement from Tony Khan. So, but on an entertainment level, I'm gonna give this tag team match a 7. Match gets a 7 for what it was. It was good for what it was. Great chemistry, great nuance in the match. Everybody played their part well in the match. I thought that the fluidity of the match was good. The audience seemed to like it somewhat. Um, Crowd in Salt Lake City, Utah last night was kind of subdued and wasn't a raucous crowd, but it was all right for what it was. I'm not sure about the attendance and what it looked like, but um, yeah, I mean, good stuff. So yeah, so entertainment, I give it a seven. Queen Aminata took on Camille. The match was boring. The match was boring. I'm sorry to say this, but this match should have been booked in the library. The women's division matches in wrestling between AEW and WWE are by far equal in no crowd participation whatsoever. There was just no participation whatsoever. There was no participation. So the match was boring. I didn't care for it. It was me and Sarah were doing something else while the match was going on. We were talking about something else while the match was happening. And again, like I said before, I said again, it was like I said, it was good for what it was. But other than that, so on an entertainment level, the match gets a 2. Match gets a 2, and that's the best I can do for it. It gets a 2. Um, yeah, yeah, it gets a 2. Yes, it gets a number 2. All right. Thank you so much for that like. Thank you so much. And make sure that everyone, please, you smash that like button. Make sure that you smash that like button. Give it a tsunami. Give it a plunger. Give it a once over. But make sure that you hit that like button. All right. And remember, before I continue, you can follow them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Instagram at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on TikTok at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Facebook at Hardcore Sports. And of course, follow them on X at Hardcore Sports. And of course, subscribe to their YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button on my channel. Hit that like button on the Hardcore Sports. And we know you had a great. We hope that you had a great Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, or Thursday evening here at the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, and like I said, you want to join my community? You can. Yes, you can. I'm part of the YouTube program. So partially monetized. Ladies and gentlemen, partially monetized. You can do super chats and everything else right now on my channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. All right, let's continue. So we talked about that. Sammy Guevara took on Shelton Benjamin. The match was fine. The match was fantastic. I love this match. I thought the two of them worked well, and there was great chemistry, great nuance in the match, great fluidity in the match. It was a very catch can style kind of a wrestling maneuver. Everybody was just moving well, was moving correctly. Shelton Benjamin match, move for move, hold for hold with Sammy Guevara. In the end, though, Shelton Benjamin, when the smoke was cleared, Shelton Benjamin wins. I didn't like pinning the champion, but they had to keep Benjamin undefeated and undefeated so far. So Benjamin goes over in the match, and he's looking for his next opponent. I believe Ricochet wants a piece of Shelton Benjamin, and I think I believe that's going to be the next thing that they're going to go into. Um, Next week we have Fright Night Dynamite. We have that next week, kicking off the Halloween week. So I thought the match. I thought it was all right. I thought it was all right. Um, and Brian Cage and Lance Archer took on local talent. And again, like I said, it was a squash. The match was a squash, a total squash match. It was nothing to write home about. Um, we still don't know why Brian Cage is attached to the Don Callis family. We understand why Lance Archer is there, but we still don't know about Brian Cage. Like I said, AEW needs to explain these things and stop messing around, monkeying around with the booking and the storyline, and not explaining what's happening here and just mixing everybody up. So yeah, so Kyle Fletcher, Brian Cage and Lance Archer were in a tag match, and they took, like I said, they took on local talents, and then they squashed them. The match it wasn't much of an exhibition. So on an entertainment level, that's a one. That is a one. The match gets a one, like I said before, I'll say it again. It was it was a squash. It was just, Kyle Fletcher was in the ring and he shaved his head. It's just crazy. Mark Briscoe took on Chris Jericho in what is the ladder war match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Jericho wins the match. Now he accused Mark Briscoe of cheating, and the Learning Tree did just that. When Big Bill took Mark Briscoe and threw him through a table, and he helped Jericho with a fireman's carry. He carried Jericho on his back and helped him and climb the ladder himself, Big Bill, with Jericho on his back. And Jericho retrieves the belt from the ceiling, I mean, from the rafters, excuse me, and he pulls down the belt and wins the match. I thought the ending was whack. The ending was whack. Um, the match was going fine for what it was, and then the Learning Tree came in and put a sour taste on the match. So and based upon the ending of the match, I gave in the entertainment level, the match gets a two. Match gets a two. It would have been more if there was no Learning Tree, but because they came in the match and they just put a sour taste on the ending, I have to give it a two. The match gets a two for, and it is what it is. Like I said, this Dynamite was very disappointing. Very disappointing. Um, Again, the House of Black took on some local talent. Again, another squash, another squash. We all knew that the House of Black was going over in the match. There made no sense in trying to figure out who's going to win the match or predict who the winner is when you already knew who the winner is. So, again, another squash. I'm going to give the match. The match gets a one. The match gets a one. And that's the best I can do for it. The match gets a one because it was really none. It wasn't a fight. It was one sided. So on the entertainment, I had to give it a, like I said. All right, we talked about Camille and yeah. So and then at the end we then at the end had the brawl. And of course, Moxley came in with his cronies and did away with Chuck Taylor and everything like that. So yeah, and yeah, so that was Dynamite. That was Dynamite in a nutshell. That was Dynamite. That was Dynamite. And like I said before, I'll say it again. The matches were up and down the highway, and the storylines are all over the map. And again, like I said, I gave it a C minus. The show got a C minus for me, and I and Sarah gave it a C. I believe Sarah gave it a C to go back and look at the videotape footage, but I believe she gave it a C. Um, what else can you? What else can I say? What else can I say? What else can I do? At this point, nothing, nothing. Um, all right. So that was Dynamite. So now let me just tell you what's happening tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we have a very special Friday night SmackDown. I'm going to be inside the Barclays Center for Friday night SmackDown, and we hope that you will enjoy the show. Friday night SmackDown will be live tomorrow night from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Gunther is going to be on the show, and he is going to confront Cody Rhodes. They're going to have a promo in the middle of the ring to address the WWE Universe. Yep, we have DIY taking. We have DIY with the number one contender match for the tag team titles. We've got that at Motor City Machine Gun and DIY tomorrow night in Brooklyn. We also have other SmackDown action for you, and of course, all of that tomorrow night in Brooklyn. We're also going to be doing the taping of the Go Home show. SmackDown will be taped in Brooklyn again for the Go Home show because that will be on the 1st of November. And of course, as you know, SmackDown and Raw superstars will be flying down to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel, which will happen very soon, about a week away on Saturday afternoon, November 2, Saturday afternoon, November 2, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we will have that exclusive telecast only on the Hardcore Sports. We will have that telecast at one. We'll be on the air at 12:50 Eastern Daylight Standard Time. We'll be on the air at 12:50 for Crown Jewel. It's going to be Saturday afternoon. As I said, Saturday afternoon, November 2, and we will have Crown Jewel. Ethan Page, how you doing? Hit that like button. Ethan Page, eat and hit that like button. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. And of course, if you want to send me a super chat, you can send me that super chat and be part of it all. Thank you so much. And of course, everyone, of course, like I said, Crown Jewel is happening on Saturday afternoon, November the 2nd. All right. All right. Then here's a preview of Crown Jewel and what you're going to see. Okay. Well, first of all, the Crown Jewel Championships have already been determined and decided. Gunther will be taking on Cody Rhodes for the first ever inaugural Crown Jewel Championship. That will happen at Crown Jewel. Also, Liv Morgan will take on Nia Jax for the Covenant title as well. Um, Also at Crown Jewel, it's going to be Seth Rollins taking on Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel. And that match is official. So far, Crown Jewel has three matches to it. And and I believe we're going to be getting more matches announced for Crown Jewel as we move closer and closer and closer to November 2. So, let me see what else do I have for you. WrestleMania. Let's talk about WrestleMania for a second. WrestleMania tickets went on sale yesterday, and a lot of seats have now been over. I believe it's over 40,000, 45,000 seats have already been sold for WrestleMania. Ticket prices for WrestleMania are between $1,000 and $30,000 if you want to buy those seats. So, so that is what's happening. Again, like I said before, I say it again. Please make sure that you smash that like button. You hit that like button. You press that like button. You gave it a bear hug. Give that thing a bear hug. Yes, and give and smash that like button. It's very important. And like I said, part of the YouTube program, half monetized, and I want to thank you all so much for your time and energy. All right. I'll be back in cyberspace on Monday night for Monday Night Raw. We hope that everyone will have a safe weekend. And of course, you will enjoy Friday Night SmackDown from Brooklyn, New York. And don't forget, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade will be in the ring tomorrow night for SmackDown. And of course, LA Knight is your guest referee, and he will be in the middle of the ring. He said he's going to call it down the middle. Let's see what happens tomorrow night in Brooklyn at the crown jewel of Brooklyn, the Barclays Center. No pun intended. So, a programming note also, just want to let everybody know that on Thursday, November 7th, that is Thursday, November 7th, I'm going to bring Hologram. Hologram is coming back to the wrestling experience on Thursday, November 7th. And on that night, we're going to rewind Dynamite. We're also going to rewind Crown Jewel. So please join me at Hologram. We're going to have fun with that telecast. On Thursday night, November 7th. Thursday night, November 7th, beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Standard Time. If you keep it where it is. You landed on that mothership. Yes, you landed on Planet Experience. And thank you all so much for watching the Wrestling Experience here, presented and powered by our good friends at the Hardcore Sports. Make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that yep, make sure you smash it. Give it a bear hug. Give it a love. Whatever you got to do, just smash that like button. Very important that you do. It's real important that you do, and we want you all to enjoy the show. All right. All right. Does anybody have any questions for me, or do you have any thoughts, or any opinions, or what? The chat seems to be very quiet. But if you have any questions, or you want to know anything, let me know. Let me know, and I will try to answer to the best of my ability. Um, yeah, so that was dynamite. Um, we had fun this week with all these wrestling streams. We want to thank you all again from the bottom of my heart. You know, last week. Last Thursday night was great. We hit 500 subscribers, and I want to thank you all for doing that. All of you loyal viewers, all of our soldiers, everybody that watches the wrestling experience. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing that last week. We got 500 subscribers, and it was great. It was a great moment on the wrestling experience. It was a great night last Thursday night. It was great, and I want to again thank you all for doing that. Um, you make my heart grow fonder, and yeah, I'm eternally grateful to everybody here, from Mitch to everyone here at Hardcore Sports, for everybody who's helped me along this journey and everything. The wrestling experience next year will be 3 years old, and it's hard to believe that we're going into year number three for the wrestling experience, our third anniversary. And yeah, the wrestling experience, God willing, will be 3 years old next year. Um, we no, actually 4 years old. Excuse me. We already, I believe it's 4 years old. Um, so we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun here at the wrestling experience. It is a testament. It is a testament of what we do. Of course, as you know, we've had some memorable moments on the show. Um, we've had some stunning guests. We've had some great moments. We had not so much great moments. Um, but through it all, it's fun to have this platform, and it's fun to bring you wrestling news and discussions and everything else. So again, from the bottom, I want to thank you all so much for tuning into the wrestling experience. It's been good, and I can't believe that the year is rapidly coming to a close, and another chapter of the wrestling experience has been written. Um, I again, like I said, I love doing this. I love doing this every Thursday night and bringing you fun things and informative things, and you know, it's just fun to do the wrestling experience. Each and every time we beam ourselves aboard the mothership, and you come to Planet Experience. Um, yeah, so like I said, on Thursday, November 7th, we're gonna bring Hologram. Hologram is coming back on the show. I can't wait to do the show with Hologram. I think he's going to be a fabulous host. We're going to chop it up again with wrestling. I want to thank, before I wrap this up, I want to thank you all again for helping me get monetized. I want to thank you all again for all of the subs- 500 plus subscribers that I currently have. I want to thank you all for doing that. Um, yeah. So again, like I said before, I say it again. I want to tip my hat to you all and thank you again for being such a great audience and being here with me each and every week as I do these streams from Raw to SmackDown to AEW and then the wrestling experience. This has been This has been a great year. It's been fun. We went to WrestleMania 40. We've done that. Um, and the year's not over yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We got four pay-per-views left in the wrestling calendar. We've got Crown Jewel. We've got, of course, we've got the Survivor Series. We've got Full Gear, and then we got World's End. So we've still got plenty of stuff in the cook pot here in 2024. Tomorrow night when I go to the Barclays Center, guys, the next event that I'm going to, which is the Barclays Center tomorrow night, it will be my final. It will be my final wrestling show of 2024. This has been a fun year for me to go to live events. I've been to the biggest live event of them all, WrestleMania 40. I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this past year, and we had a lot of fun in PA. I'm sure you all, I'm sure by now you all have gobbled up all of the WrestleMania 41 tickets in Las Vegas, no matter what the price is. You want to see John Cena perform one last time inside Legion Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm sure that weekend the tourism is going to go up. I'm quite sure that all the fans from all 50 states, all nations, all the way around the world will be converging on Las Vegas. Vegas is expensive, but I'll tell you this much. When you land in there, and you get to that WrestleMania city, there's nothing like it. I've done it 11 straight times, and I'm telling you, um, well, not straight, but you know what I mean. Not consecutively, but sporadic here and there. But I've done WrestleMania 11 times, and it's a fun experience. It's a fun experience. I cannot go to Vegas. I can't afford the tickets. I can't afford the plane fare and the hotel and everything else. It's way out of my price range. But I'm gonna sit at home. I'm gonna watch WrestleMania unfold. I'm gonna watch John Cena perform one last time at WrestleMania. He's gonna perform again at the Royal Rumble for the last time. By the way, Royal Rumble tickets will go on sale next month. I believe it's the 14th of November. Royal Rumble tickets will go on sale. So I'm sure the prices are going to be sky high in Indianapolis, Indiana for the Royal Rumble. And I'm sure you all are going to enjoy it. I haven't been to the Royal Rumble in a vastly long time. I believe the last time I went to the Royal Rumble, John Cena came out. I was in the garden and he came out, and yeah, that was the last time I ever went to a Royal Rumble. It's been a long time since I've done a Royal Rumble, and yeah, Indianapolis is the site, and Lucas Oil Stadium is the site, and yeah, Cena's going to be in the Royal Rumble for the last time. This is his last go around in the Royal Rumble. Can't hardly believe John Cena's retiring. It seems like yesterday when John Cena, he debuted in WWE, and now he's retiring, and it's just, yeah, I mean, his tour around the country is going to be a hot ticket because I'm quite sure people want to see Cena. They want to see him perform one more time on a Raw, on a SmackDown, and on a house show. Which, by the way, I just want to let everybody know. I don't know if you all noticed or not, but the WWE is limiting. They are reducing their house shows around the country. They are going to do limited house shows, which I don't have a problem with. It saves the talent, it saves the trips and everything else. So I guess that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for me here in the wrestling experience. I don't have much to go on tonight, but this has been a short show. But again, I'll be back again in cyberspace. Well, I'll be back in cyberspace on Monday night for Monday Night Raw. And again, I want to thank you all so much for watching the wrestling experience. Thank you for making me 500 plus subscribers. I'm Earl Cole. Thank you all so much for watching. And please have a safe weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And whatever you do, please do not drink and drive. I'm Earl Cole. Thank you so much for watching the wrestling experience. I'll be back Monday night for Monday Night Raw. And please enjoy SmackDown from the Barclays Center in downtown Brooklyn, New York. Until then, thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, everyone. And I'll see you Monday night.